Hey kids, it's time for another exciting episode of KWJUDAS.
Godzilla's rested, I'm battle-tested and more aggressive. I'm reinvested and reinvented, I'm more impressive and more expensive. I'm far from common, still enjoy the ramen. I toast gurus and smoke with shamans. It's so alarming how I'm also charming. I'm future tripping, I'm Nostradamus. Not born to fail, hold more weight than scales. Feeling like I just posted bail. Beyond the pale, I'm far from frail. Breathe, inhale, make money exhale. From the bottom, only one way to go. Stealing dough to stealing shows. From court hearings to radios. So if you don't know, now you know. All on the line, all the time, all of the shine. Cassidy, why authorities always after me? Runaway train can't capture me. I correct historical inaccuracies. Speak on me, the audacity. I turn triumph from tragedy. From kamikaze living happily. I feel my plate, goals are snacks to me. Rap algorithm, y'all faking it. Same basic shit about slanging bricks. Who you playing with? You ain't spraying shit. Get locked to be assalamu alaikum it. You know, I just play with y'all, man. But yo, keep it going, man. Cause yo, all on the line, all the time. All of the shine, all on the line, all of the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all of the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all of the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all the time, all of the shine. You know, forget it, I already said it. The world will get you, man, if you let it. The cops arrest you, news feeds depress you, so feed the less you, and God will bless you. Beyond the moon and beyond the Neptune, another galaxy where I'll rest soon. Leave the test tube for the next dude. Leave the earth for someone else to rescue. These battle raps gone spaz attacks. Tell me who the fuck's still back and crack. Skip the pay, I ain't having that. Rather be caught dead in a MAGA hat. Imagine that, now stand and clap. Next up to bat, the coldest cat. No holding back, leave it on the Mac. Put it on the line and that's a wrap. So as we go like this, baby, one more time, Vega. All on the line, all the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all of the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all of the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all of the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all of the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all of the time, all of the shine, all on the line, all of the time, all of the shine, all of the shine. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. That concludes another chapter in the saga of Poet. With me as always, the notorious Chris Vega. Shout out to Maycorn, Angel Davici, bravissimo on these beats. Poet 801, man, and we out.
Poet once again here on KWJUDAS, Gumption City Radio. It says Poet 4 because this is the 4th episode that we've managed to salvage, but I have a feeling you might have another episode or two that we still just never recovered.
Right, probably.
Because there's one where I swear I might be remembering this wrong, but wasn't there a time that you came in and did 2 episodes right next to each other?
Yes.
And we only got one of those.
Yeah.
So the second one of those is still missing. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, you did release that Lost episode not too
just
long
barely,
ago.
yeah,
not too long ago. So
just 2 weeks ago, we released the first time you ever came on.
Yeah, that was dope, man. I remember listening to that. It was that definitely got the member berries going, and it was such a fun time.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, this is back when our Derpinsley commercials were still very raw, and so for this this particular episode, we're going to do a bit of a throwback, and because I really like the script from the commercial we did on that episode.
Yeah.
And so I sort of rewrote it a little bit to adjust to the Poet character, Mayor Poet. And so that'll be later on in the show. But yeah, all I can do is just apologize for the missing episodes and the even further missing that we never even are able to recover. I think I told you kind of like how things happened was.
Yeah. But I mean, it's all good, because when it does, it just makes them that much more gems when they're undiscovered again. You know, when they're refound. You know, I mean, the whole point of a lost tape is to be a lost tape until it's discovered again. So I mean, hey, I'm sure I'm sure it will come back out in the ether sooner or later, and yeah.
And if it doesn't, well, we're still trying to keep as best track of the record as we can now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like having some sort of ancient civilization that wasn't keeping track of its history.
Right.
And now we're, like a year or two ago, I started the archaeological endeavor of unearthing all of the artifacts that were left by this previous ancient civilization, who was always inebriated, always drunk on vodka and beer. And now I'm sober, and it's just weird to think about. Aw, gee, thanks.
No, it looks good on you, man. I mean, and hey, you experience life, right? You get to go out, you get smashed, you have these kind of memories, whatnot, and then you just go on to the next thing, right? The next phase. Like, that's all it is. I mean, you look good, you look healthy. I mean, no, I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah, and like we were saying earlier, because of the not drinking, I was able to get the surgery, because I wasn't able to get surgery until I sobered up. Like, they wouldn't even touch me until I had been sober for 2 months. And I went the extra mile and decided I was going to go a full year before I asked them about the surgery. And if you're wondering, folks, it was hip surgery. Sorry, I didn't dispel that. But I have been walking with a cane for the last about 2 years now because I've had a dead leg, literally. And alcohol is what killed it. It actually ruined the bone. It caused osteonecrosis in the bone of my hip and ate away at the bone itself. And so, yeah, I've been walking with a limp. I've been walking with a cane up until just a couple months ago when I finally did get a full-on hip replacement.
Hell yeah, man. I will say that osteonecrosis sounds like the most metal shit ever, though. I mean,
it probably is.
That's a fucking album, right?
I know there is a necrosis. There is a band called Necrosis.
Yeah.
And so at least I got a disease that sounds cool.
Right.
I have necrosis.
Fucking A, man.
Word. Well, let's get on to the next song. Thank you once again for being with us, Poet, and thanks, people, for being with us as well. This is Gumption City Radio.
Waking up tired and feeling inspired, but drama conspires, extinguish the fires. My bandwidth expires, I wanna retire. They say I don't burn out, that makes them a liar. My DMs are blowing, my ego exposing. The people I'm holding only see when it's golden. Can never be knowing the cards that I'm folding. We reap what is sowing, the life we have chosen. Grow old and get bitter, we losing friends quicker. The world getting sicker, the message delivered. All things considered, it could have been bigger. We fail to pull triggers and blow it like clippers. Our options get smaller, but orders get taller. No Rupert shot collars for a 1K for ballers. A mask and revolver, a cop gets a collar, but how you you pay rent when they don't accept dollars? The story of us and why we lose touch. All over it's rough and never enough. Lifestyle is tough, we drink and we cuss. Our friends turn to dust and we miss them so much. So sick of the waiting and growing impatient. The justice we're taking and music we're facing. Our dedication and our declaration. We go to more funerals than graduations. Can't worry about you if I'm worried for me. I cannot help if I cannot see. Just let me go, just let me be. Is there ever a time when we were all free? When you think about it, I honestly doubt it. Our judgment is clouded when feelings surrounded. The stress is compounded, the hit we allow it. The world in its ish, man, yo, I'm good without it. Can't worry about you if I'm worried for me. I cannot help if I cannot see. Just let me go, just let me be. Is there ever a time when we were all free? When you think about it, I honestly doubt it. Our judgment is clouded when feelings surrounded. The stress is compounded, the hit we allow it. The world in its ish, man, yo, I'm good without it. To whom it concerns, I want you to learn. Playing with fire, you don't have to burn. Don't wait your turn, go out there and earn. Settle your claim for the jury adjourns. Treat dreams like a hobby, your prophets be sorry. They look at you widely, stay stuck in the lobby. So build up your army, make sure they eat hearty. To hell with the drama, I miss you, Ken Doggy. The music we make that no one could take. Bond wouldn't break and never could fade. Pride made me wait, I wouldn't debate. Try to make peace, but by then it's too late. Refuse to reach out and hear us both out. Forget all about what gave us the clout. The untaken route, forever in doubt. And all we got left is a song we can shout. If listening now, go put the phone down. See people in town, love those still around. Our moments are found in dabs that we pound. Give people their flowers instead of the ground. Those left behind, I know that you're hurting and feeling uncertain and nothing is working. But rest assuring our people returning, cause one day for us our time will be curtains. Can't worry about you if I'm worried for me. I cannot help if I cannot see. Just let me go, just let me be. Is there ever a time when we were all free? When you think about it, I honestly doubt it. Our judgment is clouded when feelings surrounded. The stress is compounded, the hit we allow it. The world in its ish, man, yo, I'm good without it. Can't worry about you if I'm worried for me. I cannot help if I cannot see. Just let me go, just let me be. Is there ever a time when we were all free? When you think about it, I honestly doubt it. Our judgment is clouded when feelings surrounded. The stress is compounded, the hate we allow it. The world in its ish, man, yo, I'm good without it.
Poet is in the hizzle.
Once again.
The hizizzle. The fibbity fobbity foo.
No, it's always a pleasure to be back here on Gumption City Radio and just kicking it with you, my friend. Yeah, for all those listening, that last track was Funerals. That was dedicated to my friend, my first collaborator, Ken Doggy, who passed away about 3 years ago today. And this came off my most recent project, Stoic. It was probably one of my more fun EPs because I was just getting over this kind of, I don't want to say writer's block per se, but prior to that, I was kind of just getting a little bit more. My focus is all over the place because I had so many unfinished songs, right? And I was picking up on this one, then picking up on that one, and not doing this one. And so once I was kind of able to get through, I guess you could say, all the creative kind of recycling, I reached out to this dope cat named Angel Da Vinci, dope ass producer out of Salt Lake. And we just started looking at different compositions, and I just started writing. And I mean, it was the most fun I had. Like I knocked out all these songs. I knocked out the entire project within a few weeks because I was just so in the it's just when you have that kind of creative spark, right? And just being fortunate enough to capture it. So Stoic was probably one of my more favorite albums to create, and I felt I really was getting into my rhythm. Lyrically, as a rapper, as a writer, trying to be able to blend the different type of political and social messages that we're trying to be more contemporary, if you will. And so it was a fun project.
What kind of messages are we talking about?
So in Stoic, or even just in that song Funerals, it discusses how the for some reason, our generation, we just happen to become the generation that is set on not outliving the generation before us, right? Where we're talking about deaths of despair, drugs, alcohol, and even at the ending of the first verse, it says we go to more funerals than graduations, where we've gotten into
right.
we've gotten into this mode.
That's true.
where we've become too disillusioned by academia and educational institutions. We become too disillusioned by our political system and our financial institutions. I mean, and this has just all been building, right? I mean, Rage Against the Machine was singing about this stuff long, long ago, and other artists as well. And this is just kind of, I guess you could say, we are the generation that's facing basically end stage capitalism, right? And we're feeling the fallout of that. So funerals wasn't just about remembering a friend, but also remembering, we have to be honest about our loved ones, right? Because sometimes we want to lionize the dead and say, oh, it's like, no, like this person died from drug addiction. There's nothing poetic and romantic about that shit. It's heartbreaking because they have so much potential.
It's a harsh reality.
We have an entire generation of talented and beautiful souls that feel that there's no outlet for us, and so we get involved in drugs, we get involved in alcohol, we get involved in just kind of these malaise because we have no other outlets, because nothing is like the fruit isn't coming to fruition.
Right.
And then on other parts of the album tries to dive into that, to those notions as well. Definitely in the song Ghosts, we talk about politics of election denialism and how really just no one gives a shit anymore. How there used to be a standard, and now it just doesn't matter. It's all about what side is it that you want and who are you pissed about. It's not about voting for things anymore. It's about voting against people and shit like that.
Yeah, that's a point that I've kind of been drawing just as of the last, I hate to just say like the Trump era, but it seems even before then, it is more about who you hate than who you love. And it doesn't matter how much evil your candidate has committed, as long as they're on our side, they're on our team.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how much good the opposition may have done. You're not going to look at that because he's not on our team.
Yep.
He's not on our side, kind of thing. And so, yeah, rather than like voting for a good candidate, you're rooting for a team and ignoring all the evil, corrupt shit that one person's doing and potentially the good that another candidate may be doing.
Right. No, it's absolutely that cognitive dissonance that we've allowed to fester into our culture and into our society. And I will say, absolutely, this really falls hard on MAGA. Now, of course, like there's no such thing as 100% generalizations. Are there people that fawn over what we would consider left-leaning politicians and we'll look past their flaws as long as they're not Trump? Sure. But man, we have to be honest about, we're looking down the barrel of a gun of entities and political actors that want to create a Christian nationalist state.
Right.
And that's fucking terrifying.
That's not okay.
And that's what really what the album tries to touch base on is and the fact that people want to unfriend individuals and shit like that. It's like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to fuck with your boy Trump, but all of a sudden that's going to, you now think I'm all of a sudden this libtard cuck sheep or whatever. It's like, come on, man. You have to get over your own bullshit and just accept, like, hey, your guy's fucked up, man. And it doesn't mean that all of a sudden, let's say, like any other politician is going to be Jesus. No, but we have to stop worshiping politicians. They are not. They are not religious figures. They are not. They're not celebrities. They're basically just boring elected officials sent to go do a fucking job. Like that's the
Trump's
thing.
a celebrity. He's been on how many movies?
Well, that's my point.
Been on TV.
It just became about novelty.
A stupid show.
Yeah, there was The Apprentice. His big break to me was Home Alone 2, right?
Oh, that was that's where everybody finally knew who Donald Trump was.
Right, but
and Little Rascals.
Oh shit, he was in Little Rascals. Yeah,
You're the best son money could buy.
Oh my God, you are right. Now, of course, you know what? Come on, America should have saw it then, man. He was the little rich dipshit kid's dad. Come on.
Yep.
But that's really what the music is always trying to harp on, is that I'm never here to lecture or preach to individuals. You are grown adults. You are sentient creatures. You can make your own decisions about what are you invested politically and things to that effect. But you still have to be held to a standard, right? Like you have to be able to stand by principles. If it's just about owning the libs, then shut the fuck up, man. Don't try to ask me to have a debate if you're not debating in good faith. If you don't even want to actually see a different opinion, you just want to argue. Like, I don't have time for the bullshit. Election denialism is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. That the fact that so many grown ass adults believe in it is it really it makes me sad, man.
Yeah,
social
it's
media,
like flat earthers, or
yeah, social media has fucked you guys up, man. Like, y'all
really,
it's okay. Take a breath. Put down the phone. Go hang out. Go fish. Go do something in the community, man. Like, y'all need to fucking undial, like, real quick. Y'all need to take a breath, man, because this whole election, that like denying elections, is the dumbest shit I've seen. And in America, man, that's a high bar to set.
Well, people deny the Holocaust.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
You know, I mean, people deny that the Earth is round.
Right.
Still. You know, I didn't know that until, well, fairly recently, where I was like, wow, there's still people that genuinely believe that. Like, they're not just doing it to piss people off.
Well, see, there is a great deal of
argument.
that. I think that's what also pisses me off with algorithms and how social media is basically, it incentivizes this kind of behavior, because you're going to have a quote-unquote influencer, which is the stupidest fucking word. No, you're a content creator. Shut up.
Right.
But you're going to have a person that's doing a grift. Like, they don't believe in the shit, but they know that they're going to have their comments blow up, right? Of people fighting and debating, and then that's going to boost the post. But then again, even though the grifter doesn't believe in this shit, someone is going to listen to that and buy into it.
Yeah, and confirmation bias.
Right, that confirmation bias, and it just fucks everything up, man. And it really is astounding, because half of these people don't even believe their own bullshit. A lot of the red pill bros and all this masculine shit, half these motherfuckers don't have wives and girlfriends, but yet are trying to talk about, like, traditional family values. Shut the fuck up, man. Like, it's all a hustle, it's all a grift. But the problem is that it does have collateral damage. There probably is an individual who maybe is struggling as a young man, and they hear that message from a fucking psycho that tells them that, like, women are property or this or that, and because they're in a vulnerable state, that fucks them up. That's a message that latches onto them, and so social media, man, like the way that these algorithms basically reward this kind of content and this kind of engagement, it really is such a very deep problem. I'm not trying to, I mean, I'm only 34, y'all. I'm not trying to sound like the angry man yells at cloud, but social media really is on some shit. People, y'all need to at least give yourself like a couple day fasts. Like, don't be on it every day, and look at anything on your timeline with a sense of scrutiny, with a sense of cynicism, and just understand that you don't get news from social media. What you get is content.
Yeah, and confirmation bias.
Yep.
You know, which is basically just where you already believed something or you already had an opinion, and then you hear somebody else say it, and you say, that makes it true.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people who are guilty of that, and it's kind of hard, especially when you yourself have your own opinions and your own bias, and you can't help but, like, hear somebody else say something, and you're just like, yeah, I've always thought that too. Somebody else just finally put it into words.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we've been yakking for a minute. You mentioned the song Ghost. Maybe we should play that one next.
Let's do it.
All right. This is Poet. The song Ghosts here on KWJUDAS Gumption City Radio.
Rest in peace, everybody. We are gathered here today to mourn the lost souls of reality and perception and nuance. For real lies. And it continues. First comes the God, second comes the slaves, third comes the rage, finally comes the plague.
Get the weapons, use no discretion. The fat boy sets off insurrections. If there's a God, we need a blessing. No confession, my soul is stretching. Hip-hop corrections, I might molesting. My bars hit harder than my erections. Won't pay attention to misdirection. I'm not a rapper, I steal elections. I just had to say it got me aggravated. Why rappers be weird talking anti-gay shit? Culture wars too grown to play it. I count my Chrypst, get high in space. It's underrated and saturated. I'm the one to save it, only one to make it. Griselda Doom all in the playlist. Hitting harder than getting rated. Not from the trap or even on the map. Where the church is white and its soul is black. Where the courts react, leave none intact. Old beef relax, get shot in backs. Homes collapse and market traps. Homeless camps look like a rack. Cop cars we trash, the laws react. Prop 2 is passed and the weed is gas. The fall of man gives rise to the bastards. Good intentions turn disaster. Now the student becomes a master. There's nothing before me and nothing after.
Ashes to ashes, dust under dust, where everything is dust and no one trust. Where the world is corrupted, all of it's fucked. Where winning is a must, and all we got is us. Now ashes to ashes, dust under dust, where everything is dust and no one you can trust. Where the whole world is corrupted, all of it's fucked. Where winning is a must, and all we got is us.
So what's your style? Your mold as a rapper, the way you flow and the way it factors. Gangster, trapper, backpacker, if you never really blow, the fuck it matters. Take what's owed with me, Hermano, it's De Cabano, new wave soprano, breaking arm embargoes, we don't bank to borrow, we stash the cargo outside Chicago. Our points are hollow, who's left to swallow, hard act to follow, look like no tomorrow, born out the sorrow in Armor Tahoes, we take the cash like Mar-a-Lago. It's me and Bronson, Sherlock and Watson, we packing Thompsons, don't air with caution, fools get the stomping, girls get the Johnson, we invade your town like Oxycontin. Now
ashes to ashes, dust under dust, where everything is dust and no one trust. Where the whole world is corrupted, all of it's fucked. Where winning is a must, and all we got is us. Now ashes to ashes, dust under dust, where everything is dust and no one you can trust. Where the whole world is corrupted, all of it's fucked. Where winning is a must, and all we got is us.
My flow relentless, I know pretentious, but I chose sides, y'all chose the fences, so remain pensive and remain defensive. I go against it and close a friendship, so here's a toast to what I needed most. Watch the virus, now eat the host, the unfriended folks and deleted posts. I ain't got no friends, only speak with ghosts. Now
ashes to ashes, dust under dust, where everything is dust and no one you can trust. Where the whole world is corrupted, all of it's fucked. Where winning is a must, and all we got is us. Now ashes to ashes, dust under dust, where everything is dust and no one you can trust. Where the whole world is corrupted, all of it's fucked. Where winning is a must, and all we got is us.
Taking off, it's time to ride. In my zone, I hit my stride. High point right by my side. Feels good to be alive. Moving forward into my prime. My flow sounds so sublime. Tony told me the world is mine. Don't try to waste my time. Can't close my eyes, won't socialize. Fox wrote the lies, vanilla ices rise. Bezels colonize, words I despise. Word to the wise, not the one to try. Don't pay for clout, only play for checks. Only breed success, don't need to rest. Score by myself, y'all need the reps. That big dick energy, no need to flex. Stoicism, I need it. Everything else beneath it, better have and not need it. Once you know, you'll see it. Free game, so heated. Watch if you don't believe it. Goals, I'm about to reach it. Kill it like Christians did Jesus. Riding round the wayside, always on the run. Having all the fun, playing with all my guns. Never will be done. Hotter than the summer. Only mess with some, yeah. Rest my business, none, yeah. Riding round the wayside, always on the run. Having all the fun, playing with all my guns. Never will be done. Hotter than the summer. Only mess with some, yeah. Rest my business, none, yeah. Got mathematicians in bad positions. My trajectory defies all statisticians. My mad decisions cause mass divisions. Don't lack precision beyond average living. Don't have to mention, got bad intention. I snuff your soul and I stash your pension. I smash ascension, times relax attention. Y'all let us flow cause y'all lack invention. Give me a reason, I'll leave you bleeding. Leave you barely breathing for speaking treason. It's hunting season on the overbreeding. My flow is sicker than the air we're breathing. Riding round the wayside, always on the run. Having all the fun, playing with all my guns. Never will be done. Hotter than the summer. Only mess with some, yeah. Rest my business, none, yeah. Riding round the wayside, always on the run. Having all the fun, playing with all my guns. Never will be done. Hotter than the summer. Only mess with some, yeah. Rest my business, none, yeah. My finest hour, I got the power. Her piece devoured when in the shower. I'm never sour, built like a tower. I never cower, give me the flowers. Won't compromise, take all the chips. Y'all cloud chasing, I ain't needing it. Your school of thought, I ain't reading it. You're codependent, I'm leaving it. Why I don't stress you, too bored to test you. Always best you leave where I left you. Misdirect you, reach out and get you. You only know because I let you. Riding round the wayside, always on the run. Having all the fun, playing with all my guns. Never will be done. Hotter than the summer. Only mess with some, yeah. Rest my business, none, yeah. Riding round the wayside, always on the run. Having all the fun,
for some, yeah. Rest my business none, yeah. Cat doggy now rip. Also Hamby now rip. Everybody now rip. Hit the net, be on the line. All the time I'm on my grind. Want the smoke, ain't hard to find. Poet out his fucking mind. My competition, no opposition. Don't stop to listen, no pot to pissin'. My composition, no pots are missing. I'm on a vision to spark a vision. Bunch of goons, a bunch of guns. Wildin' out under the sun. Raising hell just for the fun. Riding out that 801. Time is wasting, my mind is racing. Something different, my occupation. Tessa bound, leaving the station. MVP, now you are facing house. It's going down in the vid. I'm going out for the kill. I hear the moves in them hills. It's going down in the vid. It's going down in the vid. I'm going out for the kill. I hear the moves in them hills. It's going down in the vid. Gang of rebels without a cause, banging back on devil's laws. Written verses without the flaws. No commercial breaks when I pause. Check your fate, we decimate like Mitchell with that ankle break. Flawless victory, a single take. Man, we need got no y'all paperweight. Stay stuck on read, let them bleed. A different cloth, a different breed. Pursuit of life and liberty. We burn the throne, won't bend the knee. It's going down in the vid. I'm going out for the kill. I hear the moves in them hills. It's going down in the vid. It's going down in the vid. I'm going out for the kill. I hear the moves in them hills. It's going down in the vid. Poet, Macon, Chryst, Vega, 801, 801, 801, 801.
Gumption City Radio, KWJUDAS. This is the return of Poet, the 4th/5th/ God knows how many returns of Poet here on KWJUDAS.
KWJUDAS champion, returning champ. All right, and I'm gonna keep these stats building.
All right. Oh, then there's fighting words. You hear that? Ritual and Reaper. Those guys are also on their 4th time around, and both of them may have potentially lost episodes that I don't have anymore.
Oh, man. Hey, yo, shout out Reaper, shout out Ritual, and thank you everyone for listening so far. This is Poet. You can find me at Poet801. Make sure to like, listen, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Once again, what you've been listening to has been off my latest album, Stoic. It's available everywhere, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, all that. That last song, man, Wolves, that actually has been my 2nd biggest hit of my career. I've been doing this since 2015, so going on. So I've been about doing this for 9 years.
Almost 10.
Yep, almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years next year. And so that song, Wolves, I mean, I didn't even do a crazy promo run with it because God bless Facebook and some of these social media things because
This after you were just talking shit on social media.
Oh, hey, no. We have to do, like, again, I say take a break, people, with social media.
I'm just giving you shit.
No, I know. But also, this is what we have to do as independent artists.
For sure.
I have to fuck with social media.
You need online presence. It's
it is what it is. I mean, this is now the medium. It's not about physical copies or even physical write-ups in local magazines anymore. Like, this is the new era. This is the new world we live in.
Yeah.
But I mean, the good thing is that, again, trying to use it for positive, I wasn't able to actually do like any kind of like ads or anything like that for Wolves because they flagged it for a copyright, which was the stupidest thing because I own the copyright.
Did you put it out through DistroKid or CD Baby?
No, I put it out through TuneCore. That's what I've been doing my distribution with.
Did they copyright your music when they put it out?
Yeah.
That's why that happened.
I know, and I just always laugh because
It's basically your copyright being put to work.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
and so that I've heard some people get mad at that, and I'm like, well, no, it's actually a good thing. It shows that your copyright is working.
Yeah, no,
it shows that they're doing their job.
But because I wasn't able to get any type of like advertisement media run, I just kind of thought, man, it's such a great song. We'll see how it goes. And then one day, I like a few weeks in, it already had like 70,000 views on YouTube, and
Jesus,
it was pretty big. And then I got
That's
about
not bad.
I got at least 5,000 downloads off Spotify. So it was really. Has been my second biggest hit next to following Rio Grande. And Rio Grande, that one still stands as basically my biggest contribution to hip-hop, if you will, because that was such a seminal moment in Salt Lake City culture, in Utah culture, discussing homelessness in the Rio Grande area. And to me, that will always be such a special record, not just because it was played on U92, played on Shade 45, and all that kind of dope stuff. Again, this was awesome, but the fact that I would go to, like, when I was living downtown and I'd be at the library and I would see some cats that looked like they probably were homeless, right? That were just kind of sitting, smoking cigarettes on the corner, and they were bumping it. They were bumping the music, right? Like they were bumping Rio Grande.
Really?
Yeah, there was a community that loved the record because what Rio Grande did, what my hope was to do was to change the narrative at the time. With everything that happening with Operation Rio Grande, which if you ever have the time to Google it, y'all, Operation Rio Grande, what's so sad is that was one time where all political parties and all state and local levels of government coordinated together. They all finally decided to work together to basically lock up as many people on the streets as possible.
Damn.
It really was heartbreaking. It's like, damn, like all this effort, and y'all decide to go the other way with it. But that's what the Rio Grande joint was about. And shout out Miss Shy with 3P Productions for singing the hook. It was amazing. Shout out Mr. Tommy Yaj who helped me lace out these tracks. And so today, Rio Grande, again, is still my biggest hit because it just had such a cultural impact, and I was humbled and honored that I was able to make that contribution. And anyone listening to this now that's struggling with poverty or even experiencing homelessness, if you go online, Utah Community Action, I can't remember the number, but there's actually a state number that you can call that's basically kind of like our local 211 that can help give you some resources, see if maybe there's a shelter bed available, or if there's any kind of food pantry, any kind of things you need. We need to take care of each other as a community.
For sure. So the Rio Grande song, we don't have that. Do we have that in the list? Or have we already played that on a prior episode?
Oh, we've played it a bunch, man, and we should have that on the list.
Do we? All right. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. We're going to play that song next.
You see the conditions I'm working with, people? I am a professional,
Oh,
Judas.
well, I am too. It's just that I'm going to blame Wizard for not being here.
Damn it, Wizard.
We even drove clear down to your house, you fucking bastard. Tell me your phone's off. Anyways.
Wizard, you better be in jail, man.
Nah, he's asleep, I guarantee it. Well, this is Rio Grande by Poet on KWJUDAS, Gumption City Radio.
Hey, my name is Sam McBride. I've been homeless for 4 years down here at the road home. I'm just here turning my life around thanks to people that are here to care for us and help us. So, this ain't such a bad place. Let's all do it together and we can all survive.
Hello, my name is Brent Weatherroy, and I'm here at the road home, Salt Lake City shelter. And I've been here off and on now for 3 years. And I really like the place. And, the people here, they do a lot for you. You first have to want to get help to receive help.
I've been working down in this area now about 22 years altogether.
6 a.m. It's time to wake up. Got a new 24 and ready to test my luck. Gather your belongings and you gotta be quick. You leave anything behind, they'll throw away. And I know sometimes I casually rub my lip, but why the young buck tattoo staff member had to trip? But whatever, man, today I'm not focusing on the negative. Let bygones be bygones. Today I'm gonna let it live. I got a wicked cop, so I hit a 4th Street clinic. Past them Hondos on the corner, cause the dope game I ain't with it. Looking for a job at the library's been a hell of a minute. And I need a couple cigarettes, yeah, I panhandle a little bit. Need to build a resume right at the Wigan Center. Walk over to St. Benny's, make sure to get some dinner. Today I defy the odds, so I know it must be true. Despite your public opinion, I got more living to do. Word. Travel to a forgotten land, located on Rio Grande. People working, try to survive. 30 years on Salt Lake City's west side. Doors are locked and cars never stop. Yelling one time as they rolling down the block. Maybe help you understand. Welcome to life on Rio Grande. 7 a.m. punch the clock and start to check and walk into shift change. The staff are already tripping. Gotta move past all the bitching and the petty competition. Gotta unify our efforts, we all on the same mission. But this job is far from easy. A lot of times I get distressed when people walk up to the desk. I got no answers to their question. I lash out with that aggression, then I fall through a depression. Walk up better, count your blessings. Humility is a great lesson, but it's hard moving forward in the quicksand, feeling stuck. Feeling like you made for a job that Congress won't clean up. Can't live in the past, only live in the moment. These are real human beings, not a campaign slogan. We still gotta suit up even when times are hardest. Fine John got sober and Jane got her apartment. So remember, while the media and wealthy are disparaging, helping people find a home is a message that's worth carrying. Travel to a forgotten land, located on Rio Grande. People working, try to survive. 30 years on Salt Lake City's west side. Doors are locked and cars never stop. Yelling one time as they rolling down the block. Maybe help you understand. Welcome to life on Rio Grande. Let me kick a message through the record while you're hearing it. The struggle down in Rio Grande is frankly quite serious. Gotta step up to the problem, homeboy, and stop fearing it. It's gonna take a village, homie, point blank, period. Stop living in denial, ignorance is so astounding. Wanna give people jobs, but no affordable housing. When you cut grants from people, where you think they end up? Time to start working with us and stop working against us. Now it's more than just addicts and people who lack wealth. Halls are filled with senior citizens and wicked mental health. It's time we all unite and rise up for the betterment. Take care of our disabled and do right by our veterans. Operation Diversion, good or bad, hell if I know. Bending upon a park, coalitions, gentrified condos. Can't cover up a problem, something's shiny and new. Now if you don't mind, homie, step aside, cause we got work to do. Peace. Travel to a forgotten land, located on Rio Grande. People working, try to survive. 30 years on Salt Lake City's west side.
You know, one thing I noticed that has changed a lot around here, bridges. The bridges were moved back from the west. So before you couldn't see Pioneer Park. You couldn't see the rescue mission if you were getting on one of the freeway on-ramps because the bridges covered all that. You know, and then when the Olympics got here and they pushed back all the freeway on-ramps, you know, boom, and exposed the problem, you know. And what it is, you know, you can see this ugly situation. Nobody wanted to do anything proactively to eliminate that problem, which is, you know, the homeless. You know, their answer is to either move it somewhere, brush it under a rug somewhere, just make it so that it's not visible. People driving by here don't want to acknowledge that there are people living down here that are homeless, that have drug addiction, that have mental illness. You know, and it's all of those things. You know, it's just not a homeless problem.
And shout out to everyone that was able to take part in that record. For context, everyone who hasn't followed me up to this point in my career, for nearly 10 years, I've worked in housing and homeless services. Started my career down at the Road Home, working at the shelter, and these were stories that I wanted told. I don't believe in exploitation or anything like that. I just reached out to some folks and said, "Hey, I'm putting this record together. Would you like to, give your voice to it? Would you like to, just give me a tidbit of your story?" And I'm humbled enough that they felt comfortable to share that with me and allow me to help narrate their story as well, and I was honored by that. So shout out to every single person that's trying to just make it through this world, people that are just trying to pay the rent, people that are just trying to eat. Just know that that while there might be a lot of struggles ahead, there's going to be a lot of good times too. Every voice that you heard, they ended up finding housing. So just know that, ladies and gentlemen, just keep sticking your nose to the grindstone, and we can end homelessness in America one day.
Yeah, I was going to ask where you got those samples. So you recorded them yourself?
Yes.
From just people at the homeless shelter?
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Well, we got about 15 minutes left. We'll probably get into our cartoon here and then play another couple of songs. So let's just get into the cartoon, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. This is a word from our sponsor. Thank you all for being with us, Gumption City Radio. Hey, Mayor Poet.
Well, yes.
Are you tired of repentance being the only true route to salvation?
Well, that's not my understanding, but please go on.
Well, try Derpenschlee's new sin-removing moist towelette.
Well, gee, that sounds almost too easy.
Warning, will not take away any criminal offense if you've committed a crime.
Fair enough.
And for those larger sins like adultery, try our new Sin Begone spray. Your wife will be upset, but not God.
Well, I don't know if you can say those kind of things, Derpenschlee guy.
Brought to you by Derpenschlee. And remember, if it doesn't say Derpen, it's not Derpenschlee. Wow, what a wacky, zany cartoon that was. Gotta hand it to the boys upstairs at Derpenschlee. If it was not for them, then we wouldn't have a program.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's where our major funding comes from.
We're talking salt of the earth individuals, man.
Indeed. So while we were off the air, you mentioned that you are in a band now.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna, I have the privilege and the exciting opportunity to let everyone know that I've joined a band, and we are going to be a Rage Against the Machine tribute band, and we're doing a free all ages show in the alley behind Feist in downtown Salt Lake City on November 3rd. It's all ages, free. Alley behind Feist in downtown Salt Lake City, November 3rd.
Is it outdoors?
Yeah, it's outdoors.
In November?
Oh, wait, no. Is it outdoors? I don't know. I don't
I was going to say.
And again, it's a fantastic ensemble, brilliant musicians. I got with it through the drummer for Dark Lords, Steve.
Oh, word.
Yeah, me and him.
Dark Lord's badass.
Yeah, no, Dark Lord's amazing. Their drummer, Steve, me and him actually met while working at the road home, at the shelter. Steve still works there. I'm now with the Housing Authority. And then two members of Shecock.
Shecock, that's a great name.
Yep, excellent band. Sophie and Squid. So it's been so far we've been just rehearsing just over the last month or so. It's been very fun.
What's the name of the band?
We're still coming up with that.
Oh, word. So that's November 3rd, you said? That's a Sunday.
Yep, it's the Sunday before the election. So that's kind of what it is. It's basically a get out the vote kind of thing. It's a political rally, if you will, talking about advocating for our communities and looking to have try to encourage people to let their voices be heard and represent themselves for this upcoming election.
Yeah, well, I'm going ahead and I'm adding that to the calendar right now. Where is that?
So basically where Feist is, F-I-C-E, Feist in downtown Salt Lake. It's like the alley behind it. Like, so, so in case you're all like, what are you talking about, Poet? Just follow me at Poet801. Once we have our band name, once we have our promo material, like once we have all these things locked down 100%, we're gonna do a fantastic promo run. So you'll get more information. But it's a Rage Against the Machine tribute band. Sunday, November 3rd, all ages and free. This is something that we want the community to enjoy and be a part of. This isn't about corporatization or making all these buku bucks, whatnot. This is a political rally that's supposed to we're trying to basically get our communities engaged and mobilized for the upcoming election, so we can knock back this MAGA bullshit once and for all.
Hell yeah. Well, that sounds like it'll be interesting. You'll have to keep us all posted on the band name and whatnot.
Yeah.
We're going to do one more song and get right back into it. This is Poet here on KWJUDAS, Gumption City Radio.
My application was denied. Sounds like the same old story. in the lease, and office feeling the tears fall right before me. Neighborhood was nice, shoulda took it as a warning. Hold my head down, defeated outside where the rain is pouring. You look around, it's the endless sea for rent signs and vacancies, but no evictions on your history. Even the application costs a fee, pay handle to eat, my soul is beat. Back of the church is where I sleep. Bug bites cover my hands and my feet. Even the bugs eat better than me. It's sad times and bad signs. Watch your steps like landmines, reflecting on my past times. American dream never had mine. Every time I hold a sign, the city goes out and calls it a crime. No one gives me the day or time, rather out of sight and out of mind. You work to death and bleed and sweat, try to get up out of debt. Child support and taxes, insurance, make sure there's nothing left. Even though you come correct, the criteria is never met. It's never been about the rent, simply just the background check. Outside the mission, lost my way for living. Stuck in a prison, thinking of my children. Giving it my all, but the cost is way too high. We pay the cost of living at the cost of all our lives. Outside the mission, lost my way for living. Stuck in a prison, thinking of my children. Giving it my all, but the cost is way too high. We pay the cost of living at the cost of all our lives. Yesterday, finished packing up. Family home in the back of a truck. Youngest son starts acting up. Got the landlord laughing it up. Housing codes he always bent. Road just caught up in the vent. Never could ever fix the sink, but always somehow raise the rent. Would never return my calls. Always liked to delete my texts. Never once showed respect, but always came to take the checks. Have to decide a place to eat or try to make a plate to eat. $300 put a family six right back on the street. So sadistic, another statistic, another home that's been afflicted. 30 days to stay, but only 3 for you to get evicted. An endless fight, keep on the lights, toss and turning every night. Written right in black and white, renters really have no rights. When you try to go to court, find out you get no support. Take your family to a shelter, becomes the last resort. Now you sit and wait with fear, try not to shed a tear. Know your housing application's gonna wait another year. Outside the mission, lost my way for living. Stuck in a prison, thinking of my children. Giving it my all, but the cost is way too high. We pay the cost of living at the cost of all our lives. Outside the mission, lost my way for living. Stuck in a prison, thinking of my children. Giving it my all, but the cost is way too high. We pay the cost of living at the cost of all our lives. I'm 80 years old, can barely breathe, and my hands are always shaking. Disability check, that prescription meds are always taken. Medical costs are way too high, and they're growing too exorbitant. Golden years of my life is so sad, I can't afford it. Doctor office got me on hold at the bus stop in the cold. Housing office closes at 5, I'm there at 4, they're already closed. Left my family all alone, no one to care for me all on my own. Everyone told me to be tough, but I can't afford a nursing home. Wheelchairs of woe and sorrow, no money to beg and borrow. Have to spend to live today, but gotta save for tomorrow. Housing prices start to soar while I'm sleeping on the floor. 60 years of work, and tell me what was I working for? It hurts to sleep, I'm feeling weak, and my stomach barely eats. Every time I ask for help, the people say I try to cheat. It's back to the block on Rio Grande, where no one will ever see me. With the dead and dying, the only people that believe me. Outside the mission, lost my way for living. Stuck in a prison, thinking of my children. Giving it my all, but the cost is way too high. We pay the cost of living at the cost of all our lives. Outside the mission, lost my way for living. Stuck in a prison, thinking of my children. Giving it my all, but the cost is way too high. We pay the cost of living at the cost of all our lives.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, good? Awesome. How are the kids? Awesome. Ma'am, how's it going? Congratulations on the re-election. Do we have everyone here? Mayor's office, city council, steering committee? Okay. Everyone take a seat. Let's begin.
Thank you for being here. I call this meeting to order. Turn off your phones, lock the doors, and don't speak to reporters. The item on the agenda requires using discretion. Have no fear, cause our office guarantees our protection. For over 30 years, it's been causing us grief. A street that costs many public servants some sleep. Where no matter what we do, we're always catching some heat. While our counterparts on the hill are dragging their feet. But now the tides have shifted and we're getting some funding. The moment is finally now to be bold and do something. So we must act quick without signs of hesitation. Quietly sign the the papers and leaves 3 new locations. Slowly the population we start separating. Our plan has come to fruition 2 years in the making. Wait a minute, what you saying? I don't think I understand. It's simple, the day has come, we close the shelter on Rio Grande. Attempts in the past have tried and failed. Many city efforts to no avail. But the moment is now where we shall prevail. For the devil's not on the block, he's in the details. When neighborhoods get sold and jacked, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back. When the homeless are under attack, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back. When the system helps you fall through the crack, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back. One more time, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back, stand up and fight back. Now I know what you're thinking, this won't go over well. So Scott Howell and his coalition get some stories to tell. They show structure designs and pictures of hell. The Scoopsky and McAdams give tax breaks so they can sell. Will these shelters hold as many people? Absolutely not. Isn't that a small detail the committee has forgot? There's not enough beds, what happens when they get full? A few get housing, the rest will find somewhere to go. But what about the people? Who cares what they have to say? Besides, most of them stay outside anyway. What about neighbors don't want a shelter in their town? Toss them a couple mil and that'll quiet them down. The homeless will be fine, let's show a little hope. All in favor say aye, yes, unanimous vote. What will people think when they learn what happened here tonight? Wait 75 years before it comes to light. Attempts in the past have tried and failed. Many city efforts to no avail. But the moment is now where we shall prevail. For the devil's not on the block, he's in the details. When neighborhoods get sold and jacked, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back. When the homeless are under attack, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back. When the system helps you fall through the crack, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back. One more time, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back, stand up and fight back. This whole thing is fucked, man, your plan is pathetic. No man cares about the homeless, you happy, I fucking said it. Like Trump at the border, plan needs to be vetted. If we move the problem now, 20 years, we'll all regret it. While the chief and sheriff watch the neighborhood burn, we're sold out by Boy Scout and the one-turn perm. They hold their town halls and express our concerns. But like a 3-time felon, they can never fucking learn. To the Speaker of the House and his fucking deadline, I bet my nuts we're still here on June 29. It's more to give shelter than someone a house. For 20 mil towards housing and I'll gladly shut my mouth. You and I both know that's not what this is about. So do like your boy Vex and roll the fuck out. Confidence in your office, we fucking lost it. Cause over here it's about people over profits. When neighborhoods get sold and jacked, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back. When the homeless are under attack, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back. When the system helps you fall through the crack, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back. One more time, tell me what do you do? Stand up and fight back, stand up and fight back.
Thank you for fopping with us. I mean, thank you all for being with us tonight. It's looking like we're about out of time. We got maybe one more song. But before we go, is there anything you'd like to plug besides the upcoming show with your new band?
Yes. So this fall, I'm also in the process of finishing my next EP. Still don't have a name for it yet, but I'm looking at trying to release it probably sometime before the end of the year. The production is done by SI's Finest out of Staten Island. Shout out SI's Finest.
Cool.
Excited to just get back in the studio and release a new project. So just keep your eyes on the lookout. Follow me on all my socials. Again, that's at Poet801. Poet801, and that's across all of them. We don't try to get stupid or complicated. So Twitter, because who calls it X? Get out of here.
Really, for sure.
Instagram, YouTube, all that. Facebook, of course. So yeah, at Poet801. You'll see all any of the upcoming dates. We just had a show last night. Up in Ogden. Shout out to all the Ogden fam, Opie Taylor, everyone. Me and Blue, we just came back from being on the road over there in Oregon and whatnot. We're looking at probably hitting up some more shows down here in the next few months. So again, at Poet801, you're going to catch the new Poet album that I'm looking at having released, produced by SI's Finest before the year is up. Our November show with the Rage Against the Machine tribute band, and then any other shows that will be that are scheduled but haven't yet been formally announced.
Indeed. Well, you heard the man. Go check him out on whatever your favorite social media platform is.
Now.
At Poet801.
Do it.
Indeed. This is our last song called Breathe. You got anything you want to say about it before we play it?
No. I mean, you can catch. We did a lyric video for this up on the YouTube channel at Poet801, and this comes from my third release, the Rio Grande EP. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just honored to be here with KWJUDAS as always, rocking the airwaves with everyone, and just make sure you check it out, and much love.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for listening tonight. Have a pleasant evening and a pleasant tomorrow.
The stories you're about to hear take place every day on the streets of Salt Lake City. 2017, the year of the storm. Been outside for 12 hours and trying to stay warm. My socks are soaking wet and my sneakers are worn like 8 children of ministers wishing I never was born. Asking help from strangers and feeling so apprehensive. My past decisions, now present day consequences. But I wasn't born here, I've done things with my life. Served in the military, graduated school with my wife. We bought our first home, American dream was so nice. No clue, the bank loaned it at a devilish price. The checks, they roll over, mortgages and foreclosures. Our son is bipolar. The fuck would you stay sober? Now starting from scratch, kissing bureaucrats' asses. Unlike the president, the poor have to pay taxes. You look at our lives, so you have the right to despise. But how could you know me, homie? You won't look at me in the eyes. Sirens all around, people falling down. When I drink, I drown. All I really wanna do is breathe, breathe, breathe. I cannot breathe, breathe, breathe. Sirens all around, people falling down. When I drink, I drown. All I really wanna do is breathe. I cannot breathe, breathe, breathe. In line for a bed for what feels like hours. The ground covered in debris like the base of the Twin Towers. The price to sling the dope that the vulnerable devour. Shopping carts filled with junk for having property is power. Profanities and spice, they linger right through the air. Walk inside the shelter, try to find somebody that will care. The young lady in the office, she looked so exhausted. Then before I could stop it, the man next to me lost it. A schizophrenic man had a break with reality, committing assault and battery. We're waiting on the cavalry. The staff closed the lobby, which I guess was understandable. But now I'm pissing in the street like I was an animal. City's draft policies, results are revealing. More people end up homeless than the homes at the building. The mayor talks about lording, what does she really know? They want me off Rio Grande, where the hell am I supposed to go? Sirens all around, people falling down. When I drink, I drown. All I really wanna do is breathe, breathe, breathe. I cannot breathe, breathe, breathe. Sirens all around, people falling down. When I drink, I drown. All I really wanna do is breathe. I cannot breathe, breathe, breathe. Different people under the same roof every night. Black, brown, white vets, immigrants of all types. The world wants y'all to quickly rebuild a life, blindly navigating which way is left and which is right. Human lives are messy, no one sticks to strict adherence. Show compassion to those living through this experience. Poverty is universal, it doesn't discriminate. Accountability, self-sufficiency won't eliminate. Want people to work a system that's designed for them to fail. Want criminals off the street but there's no room for them in jail. We debate ideas on Facebook or at the bar. We want the homeless house, just not in our backyard. Evictions are so quick while getting housing so slow. Like mopping up the leak instead of plugging the hole. Today we barely made it, what tomorrow will bring next? Last night a man on a winter bench gave his last breath. Sirens all around, people falling down. When I drink, I drown. All I really wanna do is breathe, breathe, breathe. I cannot breathe, breathe, breathe. Sirens all around, people falling down. When I drink, I drown. All I really wanna do is breathe, breathe, breathe. I cannot breathe, breathe, breathe. We living in third world conditions out here. We are outmanned and outgunned on every front. This is our SOS. We need help for our people.
We'd like to thank you for joining us on yet another exciting and exclusive episode on KWJUDAS Gumption City Radio. We now turn you back to our regularly scheduled Gumption City programming.